Theology Thursday 21. High five, people. Yeah. High
21?
fives. Yep, 21. High fives. High fives all across the board. Oh, man. Interesting. So, this one is going to be interesting because I have zero energy. So, for those who don't know, I ran another full marathon on this past Sunday. Yeah, get that, y'all, now. I see it's catchy. My energy is going to her. Um, and this is my second full marathon in 42 days. So, I'm gonna give you the recap of the race. But today, what we're gonna talk about is the question. The question is man, see that's how off I am. The question is, mind, body, and soul, are they connected? Spirit, yeah, mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul, are they connected? So I'm gonna give you a recap of my race to tell you why I'm a little spacey, the reason I am the way I am right now. So I decided to challenge myself to do a second marathon in a 42-day period because after the first marathon, I had this runner's high and I was feeling invincible, right? So I felt like a superhero. So like, let's sign up for another race. I can do it. It'd be something that I haven't done before. And typically, at times, I like to challenge myself to push the limits just to see where I stand on certain things. So I signed up for the race a few days
Well,
after.
first you ran.
Oh yeah, first I
Tuesday
ran
after the race.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, so
You
that was
ran the
pretty-
Tuesday
yeah.
after the race, and I'm like, are you crazy?
After
Yeah,
the first
the
race?
first-
After
so
the first
so
race,
the first
2 days
race-
later, he ran with his running group.
Yeah, so the first race, the goal was I didn't have a time goal. The goal was to finish the race and then run the following Tuesday because most people in my group they take off. I'm gonna run the race and run the following Tuesday. So ran the race, ran the following Tuesday, and I felt good. So I'm like, all right. In the back of my mind, I was considering a second marathon, so I'm like, let's just go ahead and do it because I feel good. As it got closer to last week, I had no desire to run at all. I mean, I was running, but everybody kept asking me, "Are you excited about the race?" And I was like, "I don't feel anything." So what happened is when I started the race, well, scratch that. So you have to fuel. You have to eat and drink a lot of food and taking a lot of carbs and a lot of liquid. And because I took in so much liquid to recover and food to recover and also load for the race, I didn't really have the desire to eat as much. So I was kind of forcing stuff down. So needless to say, the race started. Maybe about 3 miles in, I was like, "Why the heck am I doing this?"
Ooh,
So three- yeah.
3 miles.
So, but here's the catch: it's 3 miles in, and then the first 1 to 3 miles of the race, or 2 to 3 miles of the race, are uphill. So I'm looking at this crazy hill in Roslyn, like, why in the world am I out here? So, needless to say, you come up over the hill and it's like downhill, so I can speed downhill. And I was trying different methods out just to see how I can push myself and how I can finish the race. But like from three and a half on out, I kept hearing this voice like, "Why are you doing this?" So, for those people who don't run or run distances like this, at least for me, it's a mental challenge once you get. Usually, I get it. I get the mental challenge like 10, 13, 14. I was fighting this mental challenge from like 3 to the rest of the race. So what happens around mile 15, I start to get cramps in my calves, and then I saw Rebecca, who went to Wesley with us. So she's like, "Hey, Terrell." So she picked me out of the crowd. I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" She was like, she gave me some encouragement.
While you were running.
Yeah, while I run. So yeah. So no, I actually stopped. I stopped to talk. And she was like, "How you feel?" I'm like crap. And she was like, "Well, good luck." So I keep running, and then another person from my running group, she was out there cheering. Her name was Belinda, and she goes, "You want me to run with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, come on, let's run." So she pushes me. She actually ran with me from mile like 16 to like 20. So during that stretch, I saw another set of individuals from my running group, Brian and Kelly. They were out there cheering people, so they cheered me. Then I saw Brooke and Karen at mile like 18 or 19 or something like that. So Belinda pushes me. She gets me to the bridge. I still feel like crap at this point. I'm still able to run a little bit. So I get to the bridge, and the bridge is a 14th Street bridge. It's like The Walking Dead because at that point it's mile 20 and it's uphill, so people are just like spacey. So I ran the race last year, so I'm like, when you look up, you can see Crystal City, but it looks so far away because you have to run into Crystal City and then come back towards the Pentagon. So I'm like, this year I'm not looking into Crystal City because you look into Crystal City, you're just gonna like break down and cry and stuff like that. So I looked once and I was like, head down, and then I hear another voice, Tom. Tom's like, Terrell. He's like, I'm gonna run with you. I'm like, that cool, let's go. So he pushes me. He pushes me to mile. Actually, no. Tom ran with me from mile 20 to 26. So like this guy literally saved my life. So we get to mile 23, and I'm running for 2 minutes, walking for 30 seconds. So I'm switching back and forth, and then all of a sudden I get nauseous, like to the point where, yeah, you make that face, but you don't realize. Like I got nauseous like this when we went to Egypt. It was like a food poison type of nausea. So to the point where I thought it was. I'm not even gonna say it because it could be pretty graphic. What I thought was going through my head. So I sat down, like, dude, you got to find me a bathroom because I'm not sure which way it's gonna come out. So he's running around trying to find me a bathroom. Now, how they will be, because we're in Crystal City, so I'm thinking maybe I can sneak into a shop or something like that. And I'm looking around, all the doors are closed, so I sit on the floor, and I'm like, forget this, I lay out. Like mile 23, I'm like, oh I'm laying out like, look, I'm laying out like this, looking at the clouds, like, ah. So the only thing I could think was, you're at mile 23, like you can't get a do not finish at this point. It's just you're too close to the end. So medics came, they gave me water. They was like, you want to go in the ambulance? I'm like, no, because if you go in the ambulance, the race is over. So at that point, I drank the water. They sat me up. I got up, and this is all mental now. Because I'm like, at this point, I'm not wasting this money. I'm crossing that finish line no matter what. So I get up, and now because I was laid out for like 10 minutes, I can't run anymore. My body's all stiff. So like I literally had to walk just about 3 miles. So from the edge of Crystal City all the way back to Arlington Cemetery. I was able to run a little bit here and there.
Were you by yourself at this point?
No, Tom pushed me to the end. They're like, Tom, if you watching this video, shouts out to you because, dude, I don't know, I probably wouldn't have finished that race if it wasn't for him. So one of the things I want to say about Mind, Body, Soul first before I get into that is when you're running on E, like if you have a team around you, like the team is actually what got me to the end. So regardless of all the supplements I was taking now, like the constant, hey, how's it going? And the constant push of the individuals, whether it was Brooke or whether it was, our mom or all the individuals I saw on the course, that's what actually got me over the top. Because I would have quit. Like if I was out there by myself and I didn't know anybody, I probably would have quit. So I literally, now the connection between the race and Theology Thursday, I literally had nothing to talk about. Like I was trying to tap in. I'm like, calling Jesus on the main line and he ain't picking up. So I was like, what in the world am I gonna write about? Because I was too tired to do anything. So like Monday, Tuesday, today, I'm, all dreary. But this was what came up because I was going to do a recap of the race and speak about how it affected mind, body, and soul. So I was like, let's just do a Theology Thursday on that because I can't hear anything else, and that's all I'm getting right now. So I decided finally this morning, some of this afternoon, I was like, all right, let me dig in and see what I can get. And I think I came up with a pretty good topic. It's not, oh well, just chalk it up to me being crazy enough to do 2 marathons in 40 days. So that's the recap of the race. So the question, or some of what comes up for me in the context of what I did in the 42-day period is, first thing that came to my mind this morning was, all right, so you have food, you have mind, you have body, soul, what happens? Then the temptation that Jesus came up, right? So I'll read Mark 1 and then I'll read Luke 4. So Mark 1, verses 12 and 13 says, and the spirit immediately drove him out into the wilderness. He was in the wilderness 40 days, tempted by Satan, and he was with wild beasts, and the angels waited on him. So this, and Mark is real short and to the point. It doesn't go into everything, all the ways Jesus was tempted. It just said Jesus was drove into the wilderness, there for 40 days, and then after the 40-day period, angels waited on him. So, and then Luke 4 says, verses 1 through 4, said Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, returned from the Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. For 40 days he was tempted by the devil. He ate nothing at all during those days, and when they were over, he was famished. The devil said to him, if you are the Son of God, command this stone to become a loaf of bread. Jesus answered him, it was written, one does not live by bread alone. So what comes up to me, even before I get into fasting and all that stuff, is the only time that I remember Jesus having a face-to-face encounter like this with the devil, outside of, unless you count Revelation, is when Jesus is hungry, right? So the thing, and the first thing the devil tries to do is offer him food. So it's like, all right, you're here, you're gonna be here for a while. Want a piece of bread? Jesus is like, nah, I'm not gonna take this bread.
Devil been offering bread all these years.
Yeah. Okay. So this is usually tied to fasting and why we should fast and some of the reasons we fast. In terms of what goes on in the Bible, there's a few reasons that I found for fasting. It's Old Testament. Sometimes it deals with repentance and confession. It also aids in prayer. It's associated with mourning. It could be an act of devotion, and with Jesus at times it was an act of worship. Not in this particular instance. And one of the commentaries I read, it said Jesus may have been forced to fast at this particular time because he went into the wilderness where there was no food, or the desert where there was no food. So in this instance, what Jesus has to do is rely on God or his knowledge of the Hebrew Bible, and as it relates to spiritual warfare. Where do I want to go with this? Yes, again, so the only time Jesus was tempted by Satan or the devil at this point is when there's a lack of food. So, for me, during this whole time, I could say spiritually it's been a challenge in these past couple of days because I could notice dwelling on thoughts that I usually can have a thought come, whether it's negative or extremely negative, and I can push it out quick. But what's been happening now, since I'm tired physically, mentally, and maybe even spiritually, so the thoughts would stay there. So I'm like, now I'm wrestling with these crazy thoughts, like, get out of here. But I can't push it out because I'm so drained. Even though, I haven't done anything crazy, but I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be in this place. And usually when I'm in this place, I can get out quick. But now what's happening is because I'm so physically drained, it's just like, oh man, I'm in this dark place, about to bite at the bread. So the question I have is for the group. I've told you how health or physical health impacts my spirituality. The question is, does physical health or eating or fasting impact your spiritual health or your connection to God?
Yes.
Say more.
I think for me, when I don't treat, even if I don't eat things that fuel my body, like that are good for me, vegetables, and all that, if I just eat like carbs or just food that might make me think I feel good, I actually end up feeling worse. And then kind of like you, when I get like sluggish or tired, I'm just like not even wanting to do anything. So that's one piece of it.
What else?
I guess I could understand that. What Joe was saying.
That's it?
Yeah. I know what happens when I don't eat.
Oh yeah, tell that story.
What story?
Yeah. Tell that story. That hangry story. Like yesterday. You can tell that story about yesterday.
About yesterday? So yesterday. Yesterday, I came home from work and I told Terrell I'm gonna be home between 6 and 6:30. He said, "So do you want me to walk the dog?" I said, "No, I will walk the dog." I had told him since Sunday, I think.
Before I ran my race.
Could he go to the store? Could he go to the store to get butternut squash? Because this particular store had it on sale. And because it was on sale for 99 cents each, I was going to find something to make out of that. That is a good price. He said, okay.
Before my race.
So
keep putting that out there.
After his race, So the race was Sunday. So then Monday comes. And I'm like, okay, did you go to the store? No, I was too tired. I said, okay. So I came home from work. I know he didn't go. I got home really late on Monday. Crazy stuff happened at work. And then we had a meeting. We had a board meeting. And so
I didn't remember that was Monday. I think that was Tuesday.
It was Monday. No time to go to the store. So I said, okay, go tomorrow. The sale ends tomorrow. He said, okay. Get home from work. He did not go to the store. He was too tired. And then we went to the happy hour for the
fundraiser.
Fundraiser.
Yeah, raising. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
For the hats and gloves. And so there was no time to go to the store. So Wednesday comes. I get home from work and I'm driving home and I'm thinking, gosh, I'm starving right now. Because usually when I get home from work, I'm very hungry. And sometimes I'll try to have snacks with me, but I didn't have snacks. Like I had lunch, I had an apple, I was going to eat it on my way home. I ate it before I left work because I was just so hungry. So by the time I'm driving home, like I'm starving. I wonder what's going to be in the house to eat.
I wish this demeanor is what I got when you walked in the door. That's all I want to say.
Is he going to have something? I did not call him. I get in the house, looking around like, smell anything.
Say no was cooked.
Did you go to the store? No, I didn't go to the store. I was too tired. I'm like, I know this has got to be a joke because I am starving. So I go in the refrigerator looking like he's lying. He got to be lying.
You sweetening it. Yeah, you sweetening it up right now.
I went off.
Yeah, you went off.
I went off. Why did you go to the store?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to go to the store? I done told you 3 days in a row. Like, I'm starving. He was too tired. He was too tired from the race, so.
Yeah, so she was mean to me. We've done laid hands on her, and we fed her, so I think we're good.
Who
now.
fed her?
Oh, that's right, you fed you.
Fed myself. I had to find some food, and I was putting together random food.
Yeah, bacon and egg sandwich.
I did not have that. No, I did not.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
did
right.
not.
You had eggs,
I had
waffles,
eggs and waffles.
and
string beans. Okay, I was so hungry. He was like, "Do you want something? Don't talk to me. I am hungry. I don't want to hear it. I need some food." Once I started eating, I was like, "So yeah."
And then all of a sudden she's nice. Yeah, then all of a sudden she's nice, like nothing happened.
Yeah. So I know when I don't eat, it definitely impacts my emotions. It impacts all of that. And I am right now, from yesterday, I'm still unapologetic.
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Oh, I don't. It don't matter what I'm supposed to say. I do not.
You asked 3 times.
I don't care.
Yeah.
When I'm hungry, listen, the weight of my heart is food. So yeah, there's the story. I don't know why I told it, but there it is.
You needed to tell it. No, I wanted
to tell it.
Yeah, you did. I asked you to tell it.
You asked me to tell it.
I asked you to tell it because food impacts our behavior.
Food is fuel.
Yeah.
Food is absolutely fuel. And when I don't have it, when I don't have enough protein, enough sugar, enough whatever, I am like there.
So here's I did a Twitter survey, and the question was, when you fast from food, either A, you feel closer to God, or B, I stay angry.
Did you mean intentionally fast though? Like you're doing?
Yeah, I didn't say, but yes.
Okay.
So 59% say they feel closer to God. 41% say they stay angry.
Oh, okay.
So you can see, even though it's still. Yeah. So, but as you can see, even though we're taught to fast to get closer to God or to get answers and stuff like that, it's challenging in the sense that it messes with our senses. It makes us emotional, and it's actually tough at times.
I couldn't, like, if I were gonna fast, I couldn't. Well, I can't say I couldn't. It would be advisable for me to have a period of prayer and consideration before I went into the fast.
Yeah.
And not to enter into it lightly. Because in the verse that you read in both Mark and Luke, Jesus was full of the Spirit before he went into the wilderness. So,
Excellent point.
for me,
Excellent
like if I
point.
just decide, okay, what's today? Thursday. If I say Sunday, fasting. For me personally, I don't think that would be enough time to get my spirit ready to go for it. You see what I mean? Because like I don't know, like my spirit and my mind, like I have to be ready.
Yeah.
You know? And there are times when I do unintentionally fast because I'm, at work, I'm focused, I'm, not thinking. And by the end of the day, I just go home and like, plop down on the couch and I just don't feel like doing anything. So, yeah.
The interesting thing about your point, Jesus is taking care of on both sides. So on one side, he gets the spirit, gets pushed into the wilderness, and then after he is tempted by the devil, he gets waited on by angels. So he's taking care of on both ends of the fast. I think coming out of fast, I don't know if we necessarily pay attention to that specific part. We may kind of just dive in. I remember doing fast and thinking like, well, 11:59, 12 o'clock, I'm going to pig out. And so you can say that in terms of physical food, I may take in a whole bunch of junk food because it feels good and stuff like that. But then what exactly am I putting in spiritually to replenish me from the challenge that I just faced in this quote unquote wilderness period? So I've been more aware of that this time around because I realized like, all right, I'm drained from A to Z, so I don't have anything left. So I can't even remember the days. That's how crazy it's been. So I think it was yesterday. Yesterday I was listening to a whole bunch of sermons and I'm like, I need to get everything back. So I'm like, you know what? I can't be listening to certain music right now. Probably shouldn't be watching certain videos. Let me just get everything spiritual in. So at least this way I could be replenishing on some healthy stuff as opposed to just kind of binging on like Walking Dead or something. Not to say that Walking Dead is bad. Whatever. Not sure why that came up. But I was like, and I actually felt good for a period of time. But what happened is, so I felt good spiritually, but I was still weak physically. So then I had this like a little jolt of energy, like, yes, I'm back. And it was like, no. I kind of like went off the hill. So I'm like, all right, now I got to get my food portion right because I know I was probably a little bit dehydrated. I was feeling like a little sick, probably because I lost a lot of nutrients, so I was getting like a little bit of a sore throat. So I had to drink a lot of tea, a lot of water, and when we were talking about what we were eating, I was purposeful to eat a whole bunch of vegetables and not eat a whole bunch of tofu or processed food because I'm like, I want to get back to where I was quick, and if I stay in this place right here, it's going to affect everything. What it's affecting ministry because I'm supposed to do Theology Thursdays. I have no ideas. I don't know if you know. To me, it affects the household. So like when I'm like out of it, I think everybody's out of it. You may not see, but what time you went to bed yesterday?
Me?
Yeah, 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
Felt really good.
Huh?
Felt really good.
And then, but even
that's the time I need to go.
But I think even the dog, I think the dog takes her cue from me. So if I passed out, she don't move. So she didn't get up to try to get her to go for an evening walk or anything like that. So it's just that's what I noticed. I'm like, man, I'm out of it. Like everything is off. So you may not agree, but I think I lost a few days just from being so out of it. So what? To speak for myself.
And so why exactly would somebody run the marathon?
I mean,
I just say
I mean, I learned
that
valuable lesson.
After he ran that first one and he went to run the Tuesday after, I was like, what are you doing? And then when he said, okay, I'm going to run the Marine Corps, I'm like, why? What is wrong with you?
This is why you run it. You run it for shiny trinkets. No, it's not.
Collects dust.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I mean, this was an excellent learning experience, though. An excellent learning experience in terms of the mind, body, soul connection. Now, of course, I talk about it a lot. Oh yeah, mind, body, soul connected. But until you realize that you can get replenished in all areas at the same time, for me, it's more real now than it was before.
Well, now that you've gone through that, I don't have to.
Exactly.
We'll learn from your
What do they call
experience.
your body's a temple?
Yeah.
For real, it really is.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that aspect. What I wanted to do to push this discussion a little bit further is I actually found some studies that speak about violence as it relates to diet and how your diet can impact your behavior. So I know last week or the week before last we talked about food deserts, and one of the quotes I got, it says studies show more than 23 million people live near food deserts, and nearly half of those people are low income areas. So I know there's a relationship between low income and usually linked to crime. It was kind of hard to find actual data on this at first, but then what I found out is people have done studies about the lack of omega-3s in people's diet and how it impacts people. So one of the studies I found showed they actually went into jail. I think it might have been in UK. Well, there was a few different studies. But what they found is that after giving a certain amount of inmates omega-3s and then giving another set of inmates placebos, they said 35% of those inmates who were given omega-3s, they said there was a decrease in angry behavior or violent outbursts. And it was like, in terms of the placebo, the inmates who received the placebo, their violent behavior went down 7%. So omega-3s are found in like fish, and, and fatty fishes and stuff like that, or vitamins. And then on the reverse side, they found that people who intake omega-6, which is in stuff like junk food, potato chips, biscuits, ice cream.
The good stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that's quote unquote good or tastes good. They were like, for those people who intake all that type of food, usually crime is higher. So there's a linear impact. So like you'll see an increase in homicides, you see an increase in depression, and they were like, they assume that since there's a low depression rate in Japan and a low murder rate in Japan, they assume it's because of their fish intake. So because they're taking in so many omega-3s and not necessarily omega-6s, they figure that has an impact on their brain because the omega-3s impact brain stimulation and stuff like that. So based on some scientific data, our diet does impact our behavior potentially in certain areas.
yeah, that's how I manage what I have going on. My diet is designed to help me stay on even keel mentally. I have, various, mental things that I keep track of. And I have a supplement regimen and also my diet that help me manage all of that. And when I don't have it, I definitely notice. When I don't have my omega-3s, I'm just grumpy. Like, even if I take all of my other supplements and I'm doing okay, there's something about the omega-3s that just makes the sun come out for me.
Yeah, and I just ran out, so I need to get some.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's the, there's two components to omega-3s. One of them helps with inflammation and one of them helps with any type of mental concern that you have. And so I try and have both. But yeah, it really does make a difference, I feel.
Yeah, Terrell told me that I must not have had any
omega-3s. Yeah, yes. Need some more fish in your diet.
Okay.
So, that's it. I've poured everything I had out. So, okay, but here's the thing, right? I'll leave the online. We can continue the discussion here, but I want to leave the online views with a visual. So, as you can see, this is an empty water bottle. A lot of times we see I see videos where you see, like you go to God and you, like when you pour it into the water bottle and then that's coming from the Spirit, and then you pour it out into people and you got to go back to God and keep getting replenished. What I found over the course of these last few days is it's more than just replenishing from God, right? So I don't have any other liquid. I didn't come prepared. But basically, when you fill this cup up, it has to be more than just spiritual liquid in here. It has to be food. It has to be the right mental stuff. Otherwise, I mean, I think a lot of times we think we could be so filled with the spirit that our physical ailments may go away, or we may not be, or may not have to be concerned with them, which miracles happen, and that can be the case. But I think if we are balanced in terms of filling ourselves up spiritually, filling ourselves up, you know, physically with the right things, the right foods, exercise, and then also, paying attention to our mental component or our mental makeup, I think ultimately we could be filled again. And that's what I'm going to have to work on these next couple of days, is getting this empty bottle filled back up.
And getting it in the camera view.
Yeah, well, so we're opposite. So I'm looking at the camera, so I have to go the opposite way. So that's what it is. There it is. Anybody have any other questions, concerns? All right, so this is what we have going on. October 26th is a very special date in history from this point on. We realized that we had been together for
as a couple
for 8 years now. And then we had our first board meeting on the 26th as well. And we were installed as pastors
of the open box.
So our boy, so now it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Not only did we get together on that particular date, but then we were confirmed as leaders of the ministry. And the interesting thing about it is when we first met, we were going to the movies, and this couple was like, "Hey, I don't know what they said."
So let me tell you. So I can tell the story.
You 2 minutes.
Don't time me.
You do.
So we were walking arm in arm, umbrella. It was raining.
It was.
I think so. Anyway, this story, they weren't there. Okay. So we were walking, and it was the night that we made our relationship official. So we were officially starting our relationship. So we were on a date, going to the movie. So we were walking to the movie theater. It was raining, an umbrella, and this couple walked by. And they say, "Hey, excuse me, you guys look like you've been together for a while. Can you pray for us? We're going to get married tomorrow."
Yeah.
And we were like,
okay.
And so, what did we do after that?
Went to the movies.
And then we did pray for them later. But it was just like, it was a really weird experience. I was like, man, we just literally got together.
Yeah, seminary wasn't on my radar. None of that.
Right.
Yeah, you were all by yourself with that one at that point. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was the start, and then 8 years later.
And we didn't even plan it. Like,
we did not.
It would have been awesome. Like, yeah, let's plan.
It really would have.
It just happened that way.
I texted Terrell that morning that it's our 8th year anniversary, and he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, Facebook told me." I didn't remember. It's true. I didn't remember. So yeah.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Full circle.
Yep.
Wow.
So that's it for that story. What else do we have going on? All right. Shout out to DC Federal Runners. We raised this is the running group I'm a part of, the running group that saved my life during the Marine Corps Marathon. We raised over $300. So November 8th, which is the second Sunday in November, we'll go out to Franklin Square. We're going to pass out hats and gloves, potentially scarves, depending on how much they cost, because since we surpassed our goal, we might be able to get scarves. And what else do we have coming up? November 14th. For those of you who are interested in helping us make the ministry grow, we're going to have a meeting here at Wegmans. We're going to do it at Wegmans. And that's going to, we'll call it, I don't know if we want to call it the launch team, the dream team, or whatever, but we need individuals who have a passion to make things happen. So I think come January 26th, we're going to really kick things into gear, because we want to look to have we will have that first service either September or October. So we're looking to launch September
October 26th.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know if that's a Sunday though. I don't know if that'll be a Sunday. But come out, look on the website for things that are coming up. Share this message. I think that's about it. Anything else? So I am at Mr. Terrell Harris on everything. This is at Landon Brook. She's looking on the calendar at loco_Joko. And that's it. Now I'm going to talk for a few minutes and get some rest. Sleep. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yes, bye, y'all.
Peace.